Hey, hi Vivek. It's nice to meet you again at WordCamp Pune. So this will be a short interview. It'll be impromptu questions. So we would like to start with. Can you just tell me something about yourself? What do you do?
I work with a company called Articam.
Okay.
I lead the business development, sales, and partnerships. Been working with WordPress since 2009. I know WordPress since 2007. I met Rahul when he was doing his blog, Devil's Workshop. He used to use WordPress. I was sort of a community manager there at that time and explored WordPress. We started getting work on WordPress, and since then it has been WordPress all the while till here.
Just WordPress for the last 18, 19
It's
years.
been 16, 18 years. Yeah. WordPress and like anything that is open source around it. So doing all of that.
Okay. So you said 2000. You know WordPress since 2007.
I
So
do.
which version was it? Do you remember?
It
It
would be
was just
three.
early 3 years, 4 years,
I
right?
think it would be 3.2, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be 3.2.
How did you come to know about WordPress?
As I said, like I was working with Rahul. He showed me the back end of the content management system for the blog, and that was my first interaction with
And
it.
you fell in love with it. It was love at first sight with the product.
So I was not very much into content. I felt it was very easy to use to make edits, and for me, it was like my first interaction of building and functioning through a website. So it was very. So when they say what you eat first becomes your taste, and for me,
Yes.
it was WordPress, and it was what a good taste that was.
So you started using it in 2007 through Rahul, right?
Yeah,
Your founder as well of
yeah.
RT Camp. So when did you come to know about that there's a community? So that time it was quite early stages in India, but when did you come to know that there's a community and then the community is organizing meetups, word camps? How did you get into all of that?
So I was aware of the community aspect, but we were not actively involved. It was when Aditya Kane. So Aditya Kane and me were friends before Articam. He joined Articam, and after a few years, he got involved into the community. Aditya Kane himself. It was
When was
what
this? Sorry to interrupt.
this
When
was
was
2013.
2013? Okay.
2013, around 2013. And then there were conversations around the community, local meetup groups. But the first major push was the WordCamp Mumbai, where Aditya really pushed that, hey, we should attend those WordCamps rather than just doing contribution to the core. We should get more involved into the other aspects of the community. So we have been doing the code contribution since 2010, 2011. So our first core contribution was in 2011, but then in 2013, 14, we actively started going to these word camps, and all credits to Aditya, the word camp Mumbai, and then it just took off, and we actively started participating across all the word camps and the local communities too.
Okay, so 2013 was the first WordCamp that you attended. I
Yep.
guess it was also the first WordCamp that actually happened in Pune. And you said about WordCamp Mumbai also, right?
Word
Which
camp
happened
Mumbai.
in 2012.
But this our attendance was in yeah, I think 2013, 14 was the first one, the major one
So,
where we actively contributed through talks, to some volunteership as well, to like actively participating in that. Yeah.
so what was the experience like? Because it was one of the first few WordCamps, like all over India. It was just at its starting
Yeah.
stage, right? Today we are for almost 14, 15 years down the line. But how was it like then? What was the format like then? And what was your experience?
The format was standard. Like there were talks and a lot of and there were 2 day conference. Talk was the format then. What I loved was the curation of the topics. I remember a talk from Mahangu, who was from Automatic. He talked about support and the human side of it. There was a talk from Karthik Mugapu, who talked about open source, GPL, and the principles of it, which was very fascinating. And apart from the talks, the learning from it, it was fascinating to talk to the people who were there. So it was very interesting to know that just like me and people in Articam, there's so many people who are relying on WordPress and who are in love with WordPress for their day to day. So that was very, very interesting. And of course, the food was great there.
Yeah, WordCamp is all about food, networking.
Oh yeah,
But so how did you build up? So from 2013 you started, and how
yeah.
did you like start building up from there, right? On your WordPress journey, on WordCamps, on your role in RT Camp, how did you build up from there?
Started attending more of those word camps and with more thoughtfulness about what our attendance could bring from a word camp, and more than word camps, we like more invested into the WordPress as a software. So there was a big crop. I won't say crop. There were good number of engineers who were fresh out of college joining RTCamp. And that's the case since 2015, 2014, that we get people fresh out of college and WordPress. RTCamp is their first interaction with WordPress. So the initial 6-8 months we started moving them into that WordPress core contribution part. That core contribution is what will make them into an engineer good enough to start working on client projects. So there were more thoughtfulness around them attending those WordCamps, being part of the core, because them attending WordCamps and also like getting all those interactions through those Slack and the other channels, they got not just technical exposure to WordPress but also that community aspect of the WordPress. So my first interaction with WordPress and our first like heavier interaction with WordPress led us into belief that we have to make people be a part of the community more to understand the ethos and the day-to-day of WordPress. So as a software, as a technology, great, but when you know the people more, it really trickles down with the work that you do for your customers. So that's the major shift that we did after that, and that's the case still as well.
So what does core contribution actually involve? What does it involve? Can you explain that in detail?
Especially around so when these people they join RTCamp, so there are topics. This is a proper classroom program where every engineer is taught like how you teach in a classroom, and then while during teaching, they are also told about what they have been taught. That having sort of like a patch, a core ticket that is in GitHub, the code track. They can go and look up and they can start contributing to it. So while they are being taught, they also know how can they contribute back to the software. So not just, and of course like testing, documentation are the things, but the actual technical tickets that are there, how they can go and contribute to that. So that's something that we have been doing. They have been doing actually, not us.
And how big is your team size at RTCamp? Because you were one of the early members of the company. Right? So how big is your team size now?
It's we are 260-ish now, and I think like we're going to be 300 next year. But 260, and then out of that, around 220 are like WordPress engineers, and around the rest of the 40 are sales, marketing, and few other ops and the HR team.
So when you go to WordCamps, what are your expectations? What do you really look at? So, okay, now let me divide this into two questions, right? When you come to a local WordCamp like a WordCamp Pune, and you've also been to regional WordCamps like Europe, Asia, US as well. So, what do you look forward to the most in both of these places?
So I attend the talks. I don't attend the talks or the workshop much. I love the hallway tracks as we call it, and networking is the major focus. So initially it was making friends, and now it's about meeting friends. And when you meet friends, WordPress is the common talking point, and then we get to exchange those notes about what each other is doing. It just helps to do our work better. So networking is my personal focus, and getting whatever insights I can to just do things better.
Do you think WordCamps have an intrinsic value in them?
Oh yes, definitely.
In what terms?
See, for WordCamp Pune is all about that bringing that new people into WordPress. So the workshop format that works great. There was WordCamp US a couple of years ago. It was focused more on enterprises looking into WordPress. So there was a day which was completely focused. It was called the Showcase Day, in which the various agencies, the work they have done for their customers, and their customer themselves were presenting the things. So those were really good case studies. So an enterprise or a company looking into WordPress, if they would attend that WordCamp, they would feel WordPress is for them to use. Then there are WordCamp, as I said, WordCamp Pune. It's for the people who are entering into the tech ecosystem, getting belief that WordPress is a career choice. So different WordCamps can have like different intrinsic value. It just depends around like how the organizers see the community there and build that conference around it.
So how would you compare a traditional conference? Like for example, now we have WordCamps which are totally conference based. So you have tracks and then you have sessions throughout the day, right? And now you have WordCamp Pune which has transitioned into a next gen event with just workshops. So how would you compare them both? Do you prefer conferences or workshops, or both have a different values around them, different goals around them? How do you see it?
It's very hard for me to comment on the differences because I've not attended those workshops in person. For that matter, the talks in general. I've been to conferences which are the non-WordPress conferences, which are like could be a proprietary software, them doing their own conference. They have a very different format. Right from having that opening talk to the closing remarks to having those apps where you can just book time with each other. You have those meetings, the number of meetings you can book. There's so many things are at play. But to answer your question, it's again, for me it has been networking always.
Right.
And so networking again, like it between those conferences and the WordCamp, the WordPress conferences, So again, the output is again like meeting people. But WordPress conferences, it feels very familiar that I have been here. I know people. I feel belong in a WordPress conference. In the other conferences that I go to, there's a lot of heavy lifting. You have to make new friends, find new people, which was very easy in word camps, to be honest. It was very easy to make friends because everybody was, there's some general warmth in this community which I don't find in the other ones. Again,
Right.
like not complaining, but yeah, that's a major difference I find. And yeah.
So you said that you have had a lot of campus hiring, fresh graduates out of college. Now with this WP Campus Connect that has taken place and it's grown into a you know a mega event across now. Almost all communities are doing WordPress Campus Connect. Kolhapur did it, Kolkata did it. Ajmer was the one who started, and now there are a number of institutes in India that are coming with this program. So how do you see WordPress growing? Because you will have uh, college students now who might already know a bit or a lot more of WordPress than they knew before when they joined you, right?
Yeah. It is definitely helping. So when we were doing campus initially 2012-13, it was different. When we started campus back again, so we stopped campus somewhere in 2016-18. We started back again in 2018. There was a shift there. There was more awareness, more knowledge around it. With WP Campus Connect and these programs, there is more awareness there. There is more hands-on knowledge about it. So typically, how Indian universities make their syllabuses, something is decided at the top and it's moved down to the universities. And .NET, Java have been the technologies that people usually know. Now there is more awareness, and how I see is the latest changes from AICTE, the All India Technical Committee, that forget the
The new
abbreviation,
new education policy.
education policy, which says that the universities and colleges themselves can plug the things that they feel would be useful for their students. They just have to follow a certain guidelines. So I'm very excited about that because the universities who are investing already into WordPress through the various programs who are collaborating, I think there. But if WordPress would become part of that formal curriculum, I think that would be great. It would just create more awareness, more expertise, and more engineers who will feel WordPress is a good career choice.
So, what is your vision now? RTCamp is into WordPress. You have been associated with quite a long time. So, what's your vision? With this WordPress thing going, how far do you see it growing? Where do you see it going?
I think it's going really strong now. In the last 1-2 years, the things that are changing, especially around the AI enablement, the remote data blocks, the way WordPress itself is evolving into the various things, and Matt's vision that he's talked about AI a lot, React a lot, all those things happening. So we are, I think, as a community, as a software, we are getting aligned. It's not that we were not aligned, but I feel we are more aligned towards the cutting, the change that is happening. So we are more aligned there. I work with enterprises. I make sure that WordPress works for them, and there are very rare cases where any of the things that they want to do is not being done, especially when it comes to the B2B and the content heavy kind of operations that they want to do. So I don't feel a blocker right now, and with the things that are coming right now, all the new releases that are happening, especially the smallest of the change, like the block level editing, block level commenting, that has come in. It's such a huge move for the companies who want a great content velocity in terms of internal things. So those small changes, it gives me confidence that WordPress is going into a very good direction. Of course, when Gutenberg was announced, I was there. I was excited then as well. I'm very excited now as well. It's a great direction we're going into.
And what's your take on full site editing?
I think that's the need of the hour, and the more we are towards it, yeah, I think it will be really great.
More control for developers?
It depends. It's a trade-off. Again, like as a company, you can decide like whether you. I have maybe on not me, but again, like ultimately, how I see it. So if I am a user, I wouldn't. For me, like what's developer dependent, what's not matters less. What matters to me, the things I can control or not control. My velocity to do things with my website matters because in the world where the productivity has to be really high with all the tools that are there, if I have to just stop a little for someone to make some changes, that is not cool. So if I would want more control, developer dependence or not, I just want more control to do things at a very fast pace.
Okay, so to summarize, now you have been a part of the ecosystem since the last 17, 18-ish years.
Yeah,
You have
it's been a
seen, you have seen the graph going from down here to almost at its highest peak now. So how would you like to summarize it, and what message do you want to give to the viewers, right?
So I've been in boardrooms where I had to build a case for why open source is secure for them, and that is like an enterprise boardroom where everybody is technically very savvy. Still, I had to make a case about open source being a right platform. To now, where we just have to build a case why WordPress will just fit into all their operations. So I think we are very much aligned what industry is needed. We just have to make sure that we hear to those things that are outside of what we do, what these companies are needing, and then we just bring back that knowledge and just build the software more robust and something which is more, I won't say workable, more agile and which is more fast moving.
All right. So you were playing a role of a devil's advocate back then also, on a different purpose. To
Yeah, because like in 2013, open source was so still like you may hear that open source is not secure, but that is coming from a very limited understanding of what things are. Back then, even if with solid understanding, being aware of many things, open source still was something that you had to think thrice about. So that is not the case anymore. I think like everybody is very much aware. If you put in chat GPT about open source versus whatever, and if you just make some right prompts, you would know what are the trade-offs that you have to make. So yeah, we're there, that awareness is there. The software, the core team that is there, that is also very forward looking. They are I would say forward looking, and they have their ears on the ground is what I can say. So they are bringing that back in the core software. The community is doing a great job with building the software, and I think like we all as an agencies, we are making sure that we are also bringing back the knowledge back to the teams, and we build a better software.
so just looking to build a better world with WordPress.
Yeah, but which should work and which could work for the companies, people who are relying on WordPress, because ultimately if the software is cutting edge, is solving some problems, it will definitely generate more employment, solid employment, and for the longer term.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you for the talk, and
Yeah.
have a good word, Cam.
Yeah, we do. Thank you so much. Bye.